The State of Colorado Education Association has decided capitalism sucks and they want it out of the schools. I've got an interesting story out of Colorado. The Colorado Education Association just passed a resolution. This is a couple days ago, that declared that, quote, capitalism inherently exploits children, public schools, land, labor, and resources. The final version stated that the CEA believes that capitalism is in opposition to the fundamental values that the CEA believes in. In other words, capitalism is all about systemic racism, a school to prison pipeline. It creates climate change, the patriarchy, strong men, gender and LGBTQ plus disparities, education inequality, and income inequality. I want you to read the screenshot, if we can, of what the resolution included. Everything I just talked about. They say that capitalism requires exploitation of children, public schools, land, labor, and resources, and therefore the only way to fully address systemic racism, school to prison pipeline, climate change, patriarchy, gender and LGBTQ disparities, education inequality, income inequality, is to dismantle capitalism and replace it with a new equitable economic system, i.e. socialism and communism.
Did they get this from the WEF? Because it has a lot of similarities, Barry.
It sure does. This is the American educational system today that can't have the brain cells to understand that capitalism created more wealth in a shorter period of time than any other form of government or civilization in world history, and gave these clowns the ability to make comments like, well, capitalism is against LGBTQ, therefore shut down free enterprise and create a social system based on socialism and communism. What say Will Johnson on this? Are you grossed out? This is, by the way, this is the state's.
Yeah.
The whole state of Colorado's educational.
Yeah.
Association.
Barry, these people that's complaining about capitalism are the very same ones taking advantage of capitalism. Some of these people have businesses themselves because of capitalism. Our country thrives like no other country in the world because of the capitalism. They know this. Barry, sometimes every now and then I'll do like this thing called Man on the Street, and I'll talk to people,
I love it when you do that. You actually go out on the street with your mic. I love it.
Yeah, every now, I'll do it. Well, I remember one time I was in San Francisco at the Democrat National Convention, and I was outside just talking to people, and there's one lady, I'll never forget it. She told me that, because we were talking about socialism, right? And all this stupid stuff, how they're trying to push it on the kids and everything. And she said, socialism, is actually really good. And I said, how so? And she said, because it works very well. And I said, well, can you give me an example, like other than Venezuela? And she said, well, Venezuela, they didn't do socialism right. I said, they didn't do socialism right. She said, no. She said, we believe we can do socialism better. I'm like, see, that's the problem. They all thought they could do it better. And now they're attacking capitalism because they want to make it a racist issue, because they know capitalism is the reason why everybody in the country has been able to prosper. Every single person. But see, they want to be able to, they want to control who can be successful and who cannot be successful. And another thing, Barry, it kind of really blows my mind with this whole thing with how they hate capitalism. You even have the tech companies that act like they're against capitalism when they're taking advantage of capitalism. They became very wealthy companies because of capitalism. And why are these people allowing this? Why are people not waking up to this? Do they think that's just taken from, they want to take from everybody who's actually successful and give it to people who's being extremely lazy?
Well, that's what socialism is. It creates equality of result,
Yeah.
not equality of opportunity. The harder you work in socialism, the more gets taken from you.
Yep.
The less you work, the more gets given to you. You get brought up, they get brought down. Everybody turns out to be equal in result.
Yeah.
Not
It's
in
not gonna
effort,
work.
not in production. And that's why it's always failed.
Yeah,
Because
it's not going to work. Yeah.
the people that are productive say, well, screw this, finally get to keep half. And the people that are working and are lazy go, well, hell, I don't need to work any harder. I'm just going to get the same amount no matter what.
And it's
Equality
going
of result never works.
Yeah, and they're pushing this on the children in schools. It's not going to convince these children, these little kids, from becoming good citizens in America and trying to start a business themselves. Barry is going to prevent all of that. Who do they think? Just think about this. Who do they think is going to be the next entrepreneur of something really big? No one will be.
Nobody.
They're going to convince them not to be. This doesn't. It's like, wow, really?